Let us stand for a moment of silent meditation followed by the pledge. Okay, thank you. I will pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome to the Monday, June 1st, 2020 school board meeting. This meeting is now called to order. And we'll start by the amendments to the agenda. We're going to move item 2.1, summer football practice, to the items for individual consideration. That'll be item 5.3. And we're pulling from the consent agenda items 4.4, the tentative truth and mileage calendar, the trim calendar, and it will be item 5.4. 5.4. All right, public comment. All right, just for the record, no public comment. And also, before we go any further, just wanted for the record to announce those who are in attendance, both in person and virtually. We have in the district office, we have school board member Ms. Carol Gibson, also school board member Mr. Bart Alford, school board member Reggie Daniels, board attorney Mr. Tommy Reeves, superintendent Ms. Shirley Joseph, IT Mr. Isaac Goyette, and the administrative secretary Ms. Becky Bishop, and also human resources Mr. Travis Blue. And virtually or via telephone, we have board member Susie Williamson and also board member Sharetta Bell. All right, we'll move to the consent agenda items. Do we have a motion to approve?
I move to approve the consent agenda items.
All right, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, motion and second. Would there be a need for discussion? All in favor? Ms. Gibson?
Approve.
Mr. Alford?
Approve.
Ms. Williamson?
Approve.
Ms. Bell?
Approve.
And I also approve 5-0. Motion carried. Consent agenda items approved. Items for individual consideration. Staffing table 5.1. Mr. Blue.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
How's everyone doing this evening?
Good.
Great.
All right. Brother Chair and Board, no changes for items 5.1 at this time.
Okay. 5.2, personnel changes.
I would like for the Board to approve 5.2 personnel changes at this time.
All right. Okay, do we have a motion to approve?
I make the motion to approve the personnel changes.
Okay. We have a second.
Second.
All right, motion. Motion by Ms. Williamson, second by Ms. Bell. There be a need for discussion. All in favor? Ms. Gibson.
Approve.
Mr. Alford.
Approve.
Ms. Williamson.
Approve.
Ms. Bell.
Approve.
And I also approve 5-0. Personnel changes have been accepted.
Okay. Also, Brother Chair and Board, I would like for the Board to approve our summer school teachers as well.
Mr. Chairman, there's two lists on the website. Are they the same list that just got repeated, or are they different?
Which one?
Okay, there's three documents under 5.2. One's personnel changes, and then there's 2 that are marked summer school workers.
Yeah, it
Yes,
looks
sir.
like it's a
Yes, sir.
duplicate.
I think it's just a duplicate, but I just wanted to make,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yeah, I just looked at the names there. Okay, do we have a motion to approve the summer school workers?
I make the motion to approve the summer school workers.
Second.
All right, and I have a motion and a second to approve the summer school workers. Would there be a need for discussion? All in favor? Ms.
Approve.
All right, Mr. Alford,
Approve.
Ms. Williamson,
Approve.
Ms. Bell,
Approve.
and also approve 5-0. Motion carried. Summer school workers approved.
Thank you, Brother Chair and Board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. 5.3, summer football practice. Ms. Joseph.
Okay, Mr. Chair, in your documents, you have one document that was prepared by our attorney. It's a notice and acknowledgement concerning COVID-19 and summer extracurricular activities. The FHSSAA, the Florida School, High School, whatever, Athletic Association, it does not specifically regulate summer practice, but we need to put something in place to ensure that we are following COVID guidelines, but yet meeting the needs of the kids. And so that's the purpose of that document. In addition to that document, Coach Mike Cole has put together a return to play plan, some items that we're going to be specifically looking at. And so this, we will have the parents sign this, they will have physical, but that's to safeguard us and to let the parents know that we do have their kids' best interests at heart, but we do want them to be able to start practice and return to as normal as much as we know normal is. And I'm sorry, we're just getting that, but COVID is moving every day. It's a moving target, and I got it to you as quick as I could. But with this plan, he would like to begin practice on June 8th.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I drafted the notice here thinking about football. I think what the superintendent's saying, though, we want to use that for all extracurriculars, not just football, which I think is a great idea. Now, one thing I think there's 2 things that y'all need to think about. Number one is, are you comfortable allowing summer practices, which, and we're referencing here the fact that the governor has done an executive order. That order does say organized youth activities may operate, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's certainly within y'all's discretion to allow summer practices. The other thing is I put in here, and I want to make sure y'all are specifically aware, was that that the decision that y'all had decided that not participating in the summer practices would not bar a student from being on the teams for the fall. I don't know if that's normally a requirement or not, but I think it's probably prudent to leave it up to the parents. If the parents don't want them to come out for summer practices, we can't say it's up to you whether they come out for summer practices, but if you don't come out to summer practices, you can't be on the team. And so that's specifically in there. So if y'all think that's okay, we can certainly, y'all could make a motion to approve and substitute in extracurricular activities for the football term. We'll get that done and back to the superintendent.
Okay, and one other thing again, they may be on the team, but each team has a quota, up to that quota, so they can't want to get on the team and the team has reached their quota. The maximum number of kids can be on the team.
Well, and it's just not
Okay.
participating, the summer school's not, or summer
Okay.
practice not going to affect them. So
Okay.
whatever other rules they have, they have.
Okay,
But it's just that, not participating in this, it won't do that.
but we have been doing some work, and if you notice, I didn't bring it with me, I don't have enough, but they will be doing a log of checking the kids daily, and they will be maintaining this.
I feel good about that, knowing that they're going to be checked daily, and I breezed through this, and it looks like they're taking every precaution that they can, And basically, it'll be up to the parents to make the decision.
Right.
Okay. Ms. Williamson or Ms. Bell, would y'all have anything? Any questions?
No, other than, is the guidelines for groups of 10 still in place, or has that been lifted?
That's still in place, and on the paper that I shared with the ones that's present, I'm sorry I didn't get one to you, I'll email it to you, that they will have no more than 10 in a group, and one of those will be the coach.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that every precaution is being taken, that our students are being safe, are making it sure that our students are safe.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right, do we have a motion to approve the return to play plan for all extracurricular activities?
I make the motion to approve the return to play and have it changed in the consent to include all extracurricular activities.
Second.
Okay, have a motion and second. There'll be a need for any further discussion. All in favor? Ms. Gibson?
Approve.
Mr. Alford?
Approve.
Ms. Williamson?
Approve.
Ms. Bell?
Approved.
And also approved 5-0. Return to play plan has been approved. 5.4, the trim tentative truth and mileage calendar.
And actually, it's millage, everybody makes that mistake.
Millage.
Everybody does that, yes.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Chair, this is an annual thing in preparing for our next year's and dealing with our budget and finances. The reason I wanted to pull it from consent, we need to look at these dates specifically and make sure that we agree with them. 1 or 2, we have a leeway to a little wiggle room whether we want to meet the day before or the day after, because during this time we will be meeting kind of regularly. And I want to go through it individually. June 1st, we don't have to meet. July 1st, we don't have to meet. But that's something that the tax appraiser certifies the role and tell us about, blah, blah, blah. Okay, on July 20th, we should have a special board meeting, review draft and tentative budgets. Okay, so by then, I will have a tentative budget. And everything is touch and go right now because the governor have not signed the education budget yet. Okay, we're dealing with what we have. We're going to have some tentative budgets. We've been told, and I think the correct assumption will be to assume that we will be cut, but we don't know what. And so we're just out there stabbing in the dark, but we will have something prepared. And hopefully by this time, we will have a little bit more concrete idea of how much funds we're dealing with. But our first meeting should be July 20th, and that is a standard meeting date. And if we can handle this without having a special meeting, that we can just add that to our agenda. So is July 20th good for everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
It is for me.
Yes.
Okay, and July 24th, we've got to start advertising. The next date is July 28th. That's a public hearing and adoption of millage and tentative budget. And so July 28th is on a Tuesday the following week. Would that date work, or do you want it on a Monday? Tuesday's good?
Tuesday's fine with me.
Tuesday's
Okay,
fine
so
with me.
we'll keep that date.
That's fine.
Okay. On August 4th, that's when we're going to advise the appraiser of proposed millage and rollback rate. And, okay, we don't have to meet with that date. But on September 14th, now my question to Ms. Bishop, September 7th, is that Labor Day? Okay, and we probably will not meet on Labor Day, or we're going to change? We've got a meeting scheduled for the day after Labor Day, and so This meeting, is scheduled for the 14th, so that's a Monday. Is that good for everyone? September 14th right now.
That's fine with
That's
me.
fine.
Fine.
Okay? And
That's fine.
okay, so those are basically 3 meetings that we'll have to do with trim. Right now, we're gonna lock those in, and if we have to change, we'll let you know.
Okay.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the calendar, trim calendar?
I make the motion to approve the trim calendar.
Second.
All right, motion and second. Would there be a need for discussion? All in favor? Ms. Gibson?
Approve.
Mr. Alford?
Approve.
Ms. Williamson?
Approve.
Ms. Bell?
Approved.
And also approved 5-0. Trim calendar approved. All right. 6.1, superintendent items.
Okay. Got a lot, but not too much. Just to, piggyback on what Dr. Blue said, our summer school will be, distant learning. We will not have any face-to-face classes. We will have, a couple of credit recovery classes for our middle school students, a couple of credit recovery classes for our high school students. We will have driver's ed. We will only have the driving part. The, classroom part, we're contracting that out, and that through, different companies gonna do that for us. We will have, a summer program for the migrant. We're gonna be doing something a little different from that, but it would not, none of this would be on the school campus. And we will have something for our ESY, our special ed students. And so all of our summer learning, we're constantly learning, we're teaching all the time. That will be distance learning format. And so that's why we needed the teachers. I've got good news, people. Waypoint have their school number. Okay, so officially next year, Waypoint Charter Academy will run their own facilities. And so that will be 3 charter schools within the district. That was good news today. Another thing that some of you may have heard, there has been some discussion. I need to thank Ms. Wynn, Iris Wynn, for all the hard work that her food service people have been doing throughout this, since March 23rd. They have been serving lunch every day. Okay, May 22nd was their last day because that was the last day of school. Okay, we do have to do a summer feeding program. And we had to think out of the box to do a summer feeding program. Okay, yes, we can go out to Central School and prepare food, but nobody's coming out to Central School to pick up the food. So you don't do things just for the sake of saying we've done it, just to comply. She did some research and she's come up with this program. It's called Meals to You. And that's going to cover food during the month of June. And we have advertised it. I have enrolled people, they've had the opportunity to enroll, and we put it on Peace Jar. And it is sponsored by the district, United States Department of Agriculture, and Baylor University. Okay, the parent will sign up for the program. They have to have one person in their house that attend public schools that have a lunch program. That's why only the public schools children are in there, because the charter schools do not have a lunch program at their school. They don't have a kitchen. And so basically, they're not covered through the United States Department of Agriculture Food Service Program. Okay, they complete these forms. Now, if they live in a household with someone that attends public school, they can get a box too. They're gonna be sending them a box of food with 2 weeks worth of shelf-stable food, okay, for the month of June. Now, we are compassionate people, and we understand that the charter kids, this program is not sufficient for them, but they did. And so, Second Harvest has given us some boxes of food, and it's not commodity food, it's not secondhand food, okay? And we have shared, the district shared those boxes with the 2 charter schools, and so the charter schools are able to provide food for their kids. And so that's where we are there. Now, that covers June. And for July, we've got to open 1 site. And again, I said, if we had opened Central School, it's not feasible, economically feasible to drive out there and pick up a lunch, because we cannot deliver during the summer. And so we looked at the site that had the greatest participation when we were giving out foods without having to deliver, and that was Greenville Elementary, and that is the highest poverty area. So in Greenville, during the month of July, they will be preparing food, and the kids will have to walk out there and pick up the food and go home. So that's what we're doing for food. I would like to acknowledge and express my appreciation for how well the graduations turned out. You know, that was touch and go for a while. But I was able to attend all 3 graduations. All 3 of them did something different. All 3 of them thought out the box, but we were able to have successful graduations at Madison County High School. We were able to have a successful graduation at James Madison Preparatory High School, as well as Madison Creative Arts Academy. All 3 of those have 3 different boards, so they did what they wanted to do. Okay, but they were successful graduations. And one last thing, I need to thank Ms. Bishop and Ms. Goyat Isaac. They've put together a video for our retirees, and they're going to put it on Facebook and put it out there. So we were not able to have a face-to-face reception for our retirees. We appreciate what they've done, so we do have a video that will be posted this afternoon. Thank you.
Okay. All right, Mr. Reeves.
Yes, sir, I got one thing. We were served with a lawsuit from Rite of Passage. The lawsuit is over and we've discussed it before. They've made a claim for certain monies. We had a contract with them to provide services. I just have received the lawsuit. I'll be responding on behalf of the district, and I'll have more for you at the next meeting. I just wanted you to know it's out there, and we'll be responding. And other than that, I don't have anything unless y'all have questions of me.
Any questions for Mr. Reeves, Ms. Williamson, or Ms. Bell?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right, Ms. Gibson.
I also had the privilege and honor of attending 2 high school graduations, Madison County High School and James Madison Preparatory High School. They were both very nicely done. I was very impressed, and I thank the people who had a part in all that. I'd like to also acknowledge Iris Wynn and her team for what they did. They provided the lunches, both hot and cold lunches, throughout that period, and that was very beneficial to a lot of children for sure. And I'm sure they look forward to the plan that you just spoke about, Mrs. Joseph. Thank you for your part in it also. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Alford.
I too attended Madison County High School and James Madison's graduation. It was very nice graduations this year. I want to thank both schools for working so hard on that. I also would like to thank Ms. Wynn for all her work during this time of us being out of school and still preparing all the meals. That's a lot of work, that food service, and she had to go through for the students. I want to thank Ms. Messina, Andrea Messina, our executive director for the Florida School Board Association. Ever since this has started with us being the May the 13th, whenever we started. March 13th. She has sent us a daily briefing and with links to different things. And I want to thank her because really, I mean, she has not missed a day, and anything that pertinent has come up, she has sent it to us. And again, it's very appreciated. I appreciate it. One of the recent things she sent us was the guidance for opening up high school athletics. And again, without that, we would be in the dark, and it does give us, it educates us on the whole issue. And I this morning forwarded it to Mr. Coe so he could also read it. But again, thanking her and thanking Ms. Joseph for all that she's doing during this transition. And like she said, the whole thing with the COVID is changing daily. It changes daily, and I hope that we can keep proceeding and make it to where we can start school, traditional school in the fall, in the classroom.
Okay, Ms. Williamson.
Yes, I was not able to attend the graduations, but I did watch the Madison High School graduation on the computer, and it went so well, and I appreciate all the hard work that went into making it be the success it was for our children, and I'm so very proud of them. And for all of our employees and staff that have bent over backwards to keep things the way that as best as they could under these trying times, and thank everyone. And I'd personally like to thank all the people of the district that have reached out to me in the last few days. Thank you very much.
Okay, Ms. Bell.
Yes, I would like to say congratulations to our retirees. I would like to also say congratulations again to all of our 2019-2020 graduates from the Madison County High School and James Madison. They should be very proud of their accomplishments, and I wish them the best in the next chapter of their lives. I want to also thank the administrators, teachers, parents for taking on the roles needed to ensure that our students finish this year strong. And I want them to please be safe during the summer and enjoy their vacation.
Okay, thank you. And wanted to send my condolences to you, Ms. Williamson, for the loss of your loved one, and I want to encourage everyone to continue to be prayerful for the family of Ms. Williamson. And I also like to thank everybody who played a role in the graduation ceremonies, both schools. They were nice, really nice, both. I really enjoyed, and I think at the end of the day, the parents overall, the students overall, and the community at large were well pleased with how everything turned out. So I'd like to send kudos to everybody who played a part in making that happen. And also, I'm thankful for Ms. Wynn and her team for making the food available to the students as well. And so I'm thankful for all of the staff who are doing a remarkable job. Keep up the good work. And want to encourage everybody to continue to be safe and enjoy the rest of your week. All right, on that note, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, Ms. Gibson?
Approve.
Okay, Mr. Alford?
Approve.
Ms. Williamson?
Approve.
Ms. Bell?
Approve.
And also approve. Meeting adjourned.